Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs. When we're doing work that doesn't feel aligned to us, we're more likely to be depressed, emotionally unstable. We're more likely to be replaced by AI or get fired from our jobs or to switch jobs constantly. We're more likely to not have deep relationships with those around us because most of our time is spent in disconnect with our authentic selves, which leads to resentment, bitterness, and complacency over a long period of time. We develop more anxiety. We usually lack energy. We often think to ourselves, I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I can't be bothered to go into work. I just don't have enough energy to do the things that I really want to. These are all symptoms of having work that is not aligned with you as a person. And we try to solve this meaning crisis by passively watching videos on YouTube, never really taking action, chasing get-rich-quick schemes, maybe orientating our lives towards things like status, power, sex, or just money, and not really feeling this deep sense of satisfaction. We probably endlessly procrastinate and are living lives that aren't truly meant for us, that are maybe predicated on the expectations of our family, our friends, our society. And this just leads to a big sense of disconnect between where you are and where you want to be. Why is this the case though? Why do some people know their purpose? Why do some people know what work to do and do that work? Why do some people do satisfied, aligned work and other people just kind of float by doing things they don't really enjoy? The two main reasons are limiting beliefs and the lack of knowledge about yourself. So we'll start with the lack of knowledge. Do you know what you value in this world? Do you know what you are passionate about? Do you know what your strengths are? What are you actually good at? What is your unique gift that you can give to this world? And if you're answering these questions with, I don't know, I don't have any gifts, I don't know what I value, then this is a sign that you do not know yourself. You're not aware of your capabilities and your preferences as a person. And this will lead to a lot of confusion in your life. You won't really understand where you're going, what you're doing, how you can help other people. And so you'll never really be able to find your purpose if you can't answer these questions. And the next reason is limiting beliefs. You might know what you value. You might know your strengths. You might understand yourself as a person, but you might not have the courage to take action. You might be being held down by beliefs that were kind of projected upon you at a younger age. And these might be stopping you from living to your highest potential, from actualizing, from taking risks and opportunities that would propel you forward, that would get you closer to the person that you want to be. So these limiting beliefs are things like, I can't do it, but what about money? But I'm not the type of person that can get there, or I just don't have enough time. This feels too difficult. I can't handle it. This is too much responsibility. Beliefs like this keep you stuck in the place that you're currently at. They keep you in comfort. And these aren't things that you have to be guilty about, like, oh, I have these limiting beliefs. You didn't choose to have these beliefs. They were given to you by your environment at a young age, really. And then you've just been living as a consequence of them. As an adult, you now have the ability to rewire these unconscious limiting beliefs and pick up more favorable beliefs, ones that will actually take you towards your goal rather than keeping you stuck. So that's the second reason why you haven't found work that is aligned with what you truly want to do. What does a life in alignment really look like? What's the point of even going towards this? What's the point of overcoming those two reasons that I mentioned earlier? Well, a life of alignment means you wake up and you're excited to get to work. You're literally in anticipation, you're waiting, you're rearing to go in the morning. And maybe even the night before, you can't fall asleep because you're just so excited for the work that you need to do tomorrow. This is what a life of alignment with your work looks like. You feel a deep sense of satisfaction on the work that you're doing, and you know that it's helping the people that you want to help. Other parts of your life start falling into place, your habits, your routine, your sleep, because you know where you're going. And all of these habits and routines have a North Star, something that anchors everything in place. And so you can build all your habits and routines around this anchor, and it gives you energy, it gives you vitality, it gives you strength, and you keep moving forward in a positive way. Your relationships will improve because you feel less of a worry, you're less confused. If you notice the people that you usually can't connect with, the reason why you can't connect with them is because they're usually self-absorbed. They're in their own world and they're fighting their own demons. When you get this work stuff sorted out, when you get your career sorted out and you know the direction you're going, you'll have more space and more presence to hold with other people. You'll be less easily swayed in social situations, less social anxiety, because you're someone who knows where they're going. Think about it. When was the last time you saw someone that had their work and their purpose fully aligned and they were still very socially anxious? I'm talking about someone who has conviction with what they want to do. And when you ask them, they tell you, oh yeah, I'm going here and I'm doing this and I'm helping these people and this is why. Have you seen people like that, nervous or socially anxious? I personally in my life haven't seen that. And there might be some off cases here and there. But in general, when you have meaningful work and you know where you're going, you will be grounded and you will be able to be almost just this kind of shining beacon of energy for other people. So how do we move in this direction? That is the important question. Now you know all of these things, you understand what a life of vision, of purpose looks like. But how do you actually get to that point? If you're currently in a situation where maybe you're doing work that doesn't feel really good, you're not excited to wake up, you kind of dread your days, you're very low energy, and you just are kind of tired of living in meaninglessness. So I have four practical, actionable things that you can do to start moving in that direction. These aren't silver bullets, but they're really, really good start in getting you some more clarity. So the first thing is to do a strengths assessment. So there's a quiz down below. It's a free quiz on this website. It's called the VIA survey. And what this does is you fill out this quiz and you get a ranking of all of your strengths. And it's not going to be 100% accurate probably, but you can move them around as you want. And what this does is it shows you what you're actually good at. And your life purpose and career should be aligned with the top 5, ideally the top 3 strengths that you have there. And don't worry right now on how to monetize those strengths, those questions. Those are things that you can answer and you will answer. But for now, just focus on the possibilities. Don't limit your imagination with fear and just limiting beliefs. The second thing is values. Values are things that you hold dear, that you really are gravitated towards. So values can be things like health, can be things like friendship. Maybe you value kindness, empathy. You might value nature. These are all different things that you could value. And what we want to do for this exercise is go and find this big values list. I think I'll actually link one down below. And there's got like 400 words, 400 different values on that list. And what you want to do is find the top 10 words that emotionally resonate with you, that you feel are a value of yours. And so you go through this list and there's a bunch of different things, and it's different for every single person. You have different preferences. So once you have this top 10 values list, what you want to really do is compare and contrast and order them. So you ask yourself, what do I value more, this or that? And you get a top 10 ranked values list, and then you look at your top 3, and your top 3 should be what your work and career is orientated around. If it's not, there's going to be a deep, deep disconnect between the work that you do and what you actually value. And so start looking at those top 3 values and start ideating, how could I orientate my work more around those things? The third thing is a motivational analysis. So I have another sheet down below. It's a Google sheet or Google Docs. And what this sheet does is it dissects your motivations. So you put in a motivation that you currently have and go through these different things. Is this motivation made up of a desire, a should, so societal expectations, family expectations? Is it made up of values? Or is it made up of purpose, something that's deeper than even values? It's just almost a duty that you have towards the world. So ask yourself these questions, and the sheet makes it very clear, and you get to see everything's broken down in shoulds, and what shoulds mean, what values mean, what purpose means, what desire means. And doing this will help you understand why you're actually doing the things that you're doing. If it's based off of shoulds and desires, you're not going to have intrinsic motivation. You're not going to be able to keep going and make that into your career. You're going to burn out. You're going to probably run into energy problems. It's not going to be deeply fulfilling. And the fourth and final thing is to question your limiting beliefs. And this is a longer process, and guidance can really help with this. But essentially ask yourself, when you think of doing what you want to do, or you think of finding work that's meaningful, what thoughts come up? What resistances come up? What are the thought patterns and beliefs that just keep appearing in your mind? Is it, I can't do this, I don't have enough time, but what would that even look like? I'm confused, I just don't feel like this is going to work. All of these thoughts that come up in your mind are limiting beliefs. A lot of them are limiting beliefs. So start questioning the validity of those limiting beliefs. Are they real? How can you know that they're real? How can you prove that these thoughts are actually the truth? Ask your friends, are these true thoughts? Or is this just my biased perspective, my conditioning that has caused me to have these fears? So start really chipping away at these beliefs at a deep, deep level. And this is going to be quite painful work, if I'm being honest. Nobody really wants to question their deep-rooted beliefs. So that's a lot of different tasks in this video. And just pick and choose the ones that resonate most. Ideally, do them all. And what this will do, again, is just give you more clarity on what you actually want to do with your life and who you actually are, which, in my opinion, are the most fundamental questions that you need answered if you want to live a good, fulfilling life. That's everything for this video. If you need help with any of the stuff we spoke about in this video, or you want to join a community of like-minded people, check out the links down below. And for now, peace and love.